Hi, it's Yumi here and today I'm gonna show you the best Pokemon ROM hacks that I've been reviewing on the channel, all in one video. And first of all, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss my videos about the best Pokemon ROM hacks and fan games. And remember to leave a like. And with that being said, let's start with Pokemon Emerald Crest. This game has just received a major update and now has a lot of new features added to it. One of the most significant features is the addition of mystery gifts, which provides players with exciting new items and Pokemon. The colored type effectiveness is also a great addition, making it easier for players to know which moves are effective against which type. The update also includes changes to the Pokédex, party menu, and DexNav graphics. These changes enhance the overall user experience, making it more user-friendly. Also, there are new quests added to the game, increasing its replay value. I personally love the increased shiny rate of 1 in 4096, making it easier for players to obtain shiny Pokemon. The addition of Ash Greninja and the ability to evolve Meltan is also exciting, especially for fans of the Pokemon anime and Pokemon Go. The ROM hack also includes many other features such as Mega Evolutions, Gen 1 to 8 or Primal Forms. The new soaring feature is incredible. You can fly through the sky like in Nintendo 3DS games. There are also wild bosses and much more. The game also has a teleport service, making it easier for players to navigate around the game. Overall, Pokemon Emerald Crest is an excellent ROM hack that adds many new features to the game, enhancing the overall user experience. But what do you think? Have you played Pokemon Emerald Crest before? And if so, what do you think of it? Let me know in the comments below. Moving on to the second ROM hack, Pokemon Fire Gold. This ROM hack is based on Pokemon Crystal, where the player travels through Johto and Kanto, defeating gyms and battling against Team Rocket. The post-game content includes the ability to rebattle gym leaders, encounter Celebi, and trade regional forms. One of the most impressive features of this ROM hack is the game aesthetics. The creator has updated the game's graphics to include HGSS maps and tiles, making the game more visually appealing. The music is also updated, with new tracks like Route 47 and 48, adding to the game's overall experience. The ROM hack also includes many new features such as the addition of new moves, abilities, and items that adds a fresh and exciting element to the gameplay. Roaming legendaries, gym leader and elite for rebattles, and trainers with VS Seeker rebattles are all great features that add replayability to the game. Players can test their skills against powerful opponents and strive to become the best trainer in the region. The creator also has future plans for the game, including adding side quests and variants from Generation 9 and Pokemon that are supposed to be in the Johto region, such as Darumaka and Tornadus. I am personally impressed with the creator's attention to detail and dedication to making the game more visually appealing and user-friendly. The addition of new features such as the fairy type and regional forms adds to the game's overall experience. Are you bored of playing classic Pokemon games because they are too easy? I'm gonna show you some Pokemon ROM hacks in which you can play again in your favorite regions, but with increased difficulty and with many features that will improve the game experience. This is the goal of many Pokemon ROM hacks. Let's start with the first one. Or rather, the first ones, because we are going to see first about the most known ones in a quick way, since many of you already know them, and if not you must try them. I'm talking about the Pokemon Kaizo ROM hacks, and we have 3 editions: Pokemon Blue, Crystal and Emerald Kaizo. The goal of these 3 Pokemon ROM hacks is to increase the difficulty of the whole game. Both normal trainers and gym leaders have new and harder teams to defeat, but also, in these games you can catch all the Pokemon available in each of the generations in which they are developed. So, if you are playing Pokemon Kaizo Emerald you can get all 386 Pokemon that existed at that time. So, besides more difficulty, you will have the opportunity to complete these games with a great variety of teams. These ROM hacks also have new features such as some new areas and routes in the game, small changes in the main story and quality of life improvements to make the experience more enjoyable. Following these ROM hacks of the first 3 generations, let's move on to Gen 4 and 5, where we have some games that are undoubtedly the most popular and best when it comes to wanting to play Pokemon but with more difficulty. First we have Pokemon Sacred Gold and Storm Silver, 2 ROM hacks of Soul Silver and Heart Gold that make these games more difficult than Dark Souls. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but I certainly sweated a lot to be able to complete it. I want to highlight the presence of new events, changes to the Pokemon so that most of them are useful in battle. And yes, I'm looking at you, Ledian. And of course you'll also be able to catch all 493 Pokemon available. It's the ultimate Johto experience. But let's continue with the Sinnoh one, and here I bring you two games. On the one hand we have Pokemon Bloody Platinum and on the other hand Pokemon Renegade Platinum. From Pokemon Bloody Platinum I want to highlight the presence of new sprites and new characters in the main story, and that the legendary Pokemon will be Shadow Pokemon. But I think Pokemon Renegade Platinum is superior, since it has features like the Fairy type, improvements for every Pokemon so all of them can be used in battles, numerous quality of life changes, and also the shiny rate is 1 out of 512, so it will be very likely to get one in your game. In fact, I got a shiny Muchouk. I always get green shiny Pokemon. I don't know why. To finish the video, if you want to play Gen 5 with increased difficulty, it is obvious that I have to recommend you Pokemon Blaze Black and Volt White 1 and 2. It was one of the first ROM hacks I played and it is certainly worth it. The amount of Pokemon teams you can use is incredible thanks to the presence of many Pokemon in each route. And certainly the difficulty is high but not impossible. I uploaded a video showing you a project in which Pokemon Platinum is being recreated with Gen 5 graphics. Due to the great support you gave to that video, I'm bringing you today a new one talking about this game so you can know some new things about the project and solve some doubts. For those who did not see that video, I summarize quickly that this project is being done by the Twitter user Sirius. And basically he is recreating the entire Sinnoh region with the graphical appearance of Pokemon Black and White, adding some improvements such as Pokemon following you, creating new events for legendary Pokemon, and adding new areas. And it is here where we have the first point of the video. Well, it has been confirmed that the Area 0 that I showed you in the previous video will be part of this game, so it will be amazing to be able to visit this area from Pokemon Scarlet and Violet on Nintendo DS. I hope the creator will add the Paradox Pokemon in this route, because it would be great to be able to beat Pokemon Platinum using some of these forms. In fact, there is a new area that has been created these days, and that is the Area 0 cave section. The truth is that it looks spectacular. We can even see the entrance to Professor Sada and Professor Turo's lab. I'm looking forward to exploring this map, along with the outer map of Area 0. In fact, he has even recreated the music of Area 0 with the sound fonts of Pokemon Diamond, Pearl and Platinum. I'll leave you with a few seconds to listen to it and we'll continue with more news. It certainly sounds amazing. Another of the areas that Sirius has finished these days is the Eterna Forest map, to which they have added more darkness than the original map, and also these tree trunks through which we can access other areas. In my opinion, one of the best routes in this game is Route 209. On screen you have right now how this route looked like in Pokemon Platinum, and this is how it will look like in this game. Without a doubt the improvement is incredible, and it has even added a new area to the route which you can access using the waterfall move. And now let's go to the next area, a post-game route which is very important, because from this route you can access the Shaman event. As you can see here are Professor Oak and Marley. Remember that this game will have available all the legendary Pokemon events and even some new ones, like this Articuno event that I showed you in the last video and that also has a new area. Finally, I leave you with some solved doubts that the user Eldritch, who is participating in the creation of this ROM hack, left us in a comment. At the moment there is no release date yet. The game is based on Pokemon Platinum and will be playable on emulators and official hardware. The battle system from Gen 5 probably won't make it into the project because no one knows how to port it or recreate it in Platinum. And finally, as I've told you before, the Area 0 map is going to be in the game and it's where you will fight Mewtwo. Thanks Eldritch for leaving that comment. Did you know that there are Pokemon ROM hacks that completely overhaul the base games in terms of story, gameplay and battling? Pokemon Altair and Sirius, and Pokemon TCG Neo. Let's start with Pokemon Altair and Sirius, which is known to be the grandfather of ROM hacking in Japan. The first entry in the series is set in the Hoenn region after a catastrophe caused by huge meteors. Gym leaders have reopened their gyms, and people in Pokemon are working together to rebuild the cities. One of the exciting new features of this ROM hack is the addition of new Pokemon created from the meteor strikes. Another interesting feature is the introduction of the villainous team, Team Black Hole, who have a plan centered around a mysterious and powerful Pokemon. The story is well written and has a new outlook. As for gameplay, Pokemon Altair and Sirius have a good difficulty curve, and various locations in the overworld have been improved and cleaned up, making the exploration of the region easier. Some very rare wild Pokemon have higher encounter rates in specific areas, making them easier to catch. Some quality of life changes have also been added to make the game more enjoyable to play, such as the ability to escape from the top of Sky Pillar and the ability to evolve Dusclops into Dusknoir. The only downside is that some Pokemon have different evolution methods than normal, but it's just a small issue that can also be fun since you'll have to discover how to evolve them. Moving on to the next Pokemon ROM hack, we have Pokemon TCG Neo. This ROM hack completely overhauls the base game in terms of battling. The 187 Pokemon in the game have been replaced with Gen 2 cards from real-life sets, completing the Johto Pokédex with some Kanto Pokemon thrown into the mix. The cards have been balanced, and their attacks and abilities reflect their real-life counterparts, come close to it, or have been improved. This provides players with a fresh new way of exploring the world of Pokemon. Additionally, everything in the game has been balanced as well, ensuring that the game is more focused on Pokemon, especially evolved ones, rather than trainers, providing players with new strategies to pursue. The dialogue, trades, and text in the game have also been modified to reflect the difference in the cards. Every single NPC deck has been altered, with some even using completely different strategies, making the game feel completely new, even if you have played the original game many times. The art style of the game is also different from the original, with all the new art done by the creator using colors to create a more vivid world of Pokemon. In conclusion, these two ROM hacks are worth playing for any fan of the Pokemon franchise. Pokemon Altair and Sirius offers a well-written story, new features, and a good difficulty curve, while Pokemon TCG Neo completely overhauls the base game in terms of battling, providing players with new strategies to explore. If you're looking for a new way to experience the world of Pokemon, I highly recommend giving these ROM hacks a try. Let's start with Pokemon Sovereign of the Skies. This ROM hack has been in development since April 2011 and is based on Pokemon Emerald. The story of Pokemon Sovereign of the Skies revolves around the balance of a world that is about to be shaken. The sacred shards of Celestis have been stolen by the cold hands of Team Tundra, and the mighty guardians of Amatec can no longer leave their stronghold. As a result, a simple coach suddenly carries the fate of the world on their shoulders, and you must embark on a unique adventure to find out what this is all about. One of the standout features of this ROM hack is that all Pokemon up to Gen 7 are included, along with Mega Developments and Protomorphosis. And yes, you are listening well. These are the names of the mechanics from the game. They are not forms or Mega Evolutions. I don't know what's wrong with the creators of this ROM hack, but he seems totally crazy with all these new features. The new graphics are completely unique, featuring new designs, tile sets, overworlds, interfaces and sprites. The new battle engine is also noteworthy, with all basic mechanics such as attacks, items, and abilities following the example of Generation 7. The music is also completely new, with only a few exceptions. Guys, I'll have to buy you a potato to make up for this. Yes, I love potatoes. Another notable feature is the difficulty levels, allowing you to decide how difficult the game should be. There is also a day and night system, which changes the combat backgrounds and Pokemon depending on the time of day. Certain actions of the antagonists have visible consequences, adding a level of realism to the game. The new arena ladder system is also part of the story, which is a nice touch. I think Pokemon Sovereign of the Skies is a solid ROM hack that is definitely worth playing. The attention to detail and the new features added make it a unique and enjoyable experience. Moving on to the second ROM hack, Pokemon Nameless version. I have to say, I'm impressed by the scope of this project. The fact that it includes a new region, as well as Western Tyran region, Sevi Islands, and Land region, is very ambitious. The story is also engaging, with a young hero seeking to uncover the truth behind her mother's past. I appreciate the effort the team put into creating a new region, and I'm excited to explore it. I also like the fact that there are no gyms in this game, and instead, battle arenas take their place. This is a unique approach and adds a new layer of strategy to the game. Additionally, the fact that there is no Pokemon League in the Cyan region is an interesting twist. Instead, players participate in a tournament that takes the place of the Cyan League. This adds more depth to the game and makes it feel more like a living, breathing world. The inclusion of the black and white repel system and in-game guide system is also appreciated. These rad-adas won't be a problem anymore. I'm also impressed by the fact that the game has a half-open world, which adds more exploration opportunities. Finally, the fact that the whole game is complete is a huge plus. Overall, both of these ROM hacks have a lot to offer. They both have unique features that set them apart from other games in the Pokémon franchise. I would highly recommend checking them out and experiencing them for yourself. What do you think about these ROM hacks? Have you played either of them before? Let me know in the comments, and remember to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the best Pokémon ROM hacks and fan games. On screen you have some videos that will show you more of them. See you over there.